Hi everyone. So for the last year, December or maybe November onwards, I have been working with various working professionals from multinational companies, and most of the professionals who are working with me, they are actually they belong to the senior leadership. For example, they are directors, they are VPs, they are CEOs, they are CXOs, and many more people. So they got to know me through my LinkedIn connection, and they also found out that along with the corporate training, I also do healing. So most of the people who are at these levels, they are either going through the reason why they contacted me for healing, because they are either going through mid-career crisis, or they are going through stagnancy in their career, and there are many other reasons as well, which they are because of which they are facing several challenges in their career. Most of the people, most of the professionals who are working with me right now, they are going through mid-career crisis. So when I say mid-career crisis, it is basically when you spend 10, 15, 20, or maybe more than that years of working in an organization, or maybe in your career, and after that, when all of a sudden things stop, it starts to fall down. You see no career growth, you see no further opportunities, because the age is growing, and most of the people who are not upgrading themselves, or who are not upskilling themselves, it becomes very uh, uh, f- uh, struggling for those professionals majorly. So but there are, so these are certain people who are actually having they have very good skills, they are like great in their expertise and everything, but still somehow there was some kind of thing, there was some kind of lack they were going through, because of which they were facing several challenges in their organization. For example, few people, few professionals were facing office politics, few professionals were facing um, appraisal related problems, or few professionals were facing not higher or not satisfactory appraisals happening, or I would rather say some kind of financial stagnancy is what they are facing, or they were experiencing. So many times it happens that even though you have been great in your work and everything, but sometimes there all of a sudden there comes a time that sometimes either you have to lose the job, or you have to become a part of the you have to become a victim of the office politics, and sometimes the money doesn't grow further in your career. I mean, the career grows, the amount of experience grows, but the money doesn't grow equivalent. So these are certain things that can be solved through the healing, because um, most of the time there are certain beliefs, thoughts, that get stored in our body, which is there for a long time, and because of which our life pattern or our career patterns becomes in a certain way. Um for example, most of the professionals who have spent so much of like huge time in their career, or huge years, huge several years of experience in their job, but all of a sudden when they find any kind of crash, then it becomes very uncomfortable for them, because they always get to think that why did this happen with me. I gave so many years in this company, I did so well, I was on the top, I did everything the best way, I had the best team, I led the best team, many questions they have. But uh, because of this routine, sometimes they get into they don't know that there are certain emotions which are unconscious, gets to store in their body. uh, so in our body we have 32 energy points, but in EFT we work on only on 14 energy points. So these are basically certain points through which we on which we actually tap. You can also call it as acupressure points, but little different than the this EFT is little different than the acupressure. So we tap on certain areas so that all the unnecessary blockages, all the unnecessary energy gets released out of your body, so that you become ready for the new ventures, or maybe the new possibilities, the new opportunities, or the new abundance that is going to show up in your life. The another technique is the healing. So there are multiple healing modalities, and I practice Ho'Oponopono and Reiki whenever I work with these higher senior professionals. So I most of the time I use three modalities. One is Reiki, another one is Ho'Oponopono, and the third one is EFT tapping. And it works beautifully in their life, because number one thing is that these are the senior professionals who come with some kind of discipline, they come with some kind of knowledge, they come with some kind of surrenderness in learning something. And because of which it becomes easy for me as well to work with them, because whenever when I say something to them, and they the best thing is that whenever they come for healing or something, they have their own homework done. They do the homework. For example, they do their own research, that what is healing, how does it work, and many other information they accumulate, before they opt for any kind of healing. So which is why I don't have to struggle a lot while working with them, because most of the people who come to me, or when as a healer, when we work with several people, they always have resistance, they always show that some kind of not lack of surrenderness, while getting the healing. But these senior professionals, these senior people, whenever they come or whenever they show up for any kind of healing, it is always that they are always in the surrender mode already. And whatever I tell them, they do very religiously, and because of which they see the results very fast. I'll give you a couple of examples from my recent clientele, some professionals whom I worked with. So it was I was working with one of the top directors in one of the multinational companies from a global consulting firm, and he was going through a mid-career crisis after having 18 years of career, and he was actually working as a director for the last 4 to 5 years. And all of a sudden his company said that they don't need him anymore. And it was a crash for him, because he never had any kind of thought that the company may will do this for him. So if I have to go to astrologer, if I have to use my astrology in telling this, then I can say that there are certain planetary positions, or the certain mahadasha or dasha he is going through, because of which he is facing all these problems. The another way is that, and that is where the healing comes up. So when I use healing for such kind of things, the problem gets um, uh, the uh, the problem goes away. How the problem goes away? So from the astrology point of view, I can say that the person was running through a Mahadasha or Antardasha, or any Pratyantardasha of some planet, and I can say that, hey, listen, because of these things, you are facing this problem in your career or in your life. But healing is such a strong modality that it doesn't matter how your chart is, how strong or weak your horoscope is, or what dasha, antardasha, or what planetary combinations, transitions, and is happening in the universe. It will not impact you. Even if it impacts you, it will not create any big change in your life, which is negative. So when we do the healing in during these during such cases, that it gives you the best result. How it gives the best result is now the question. So when we are doing the healing, so we are basically cutting off, we are releasing, or we are cleansing the karmic patterns that has got into this person, or in his patterns, or in his behavior, or maybe the actions. So we try to clear all these blockages through different healing modalities, and then we assure that the person is going to get enough results. Because in the similarly, in the astrology also, we give certain remedies, and the remedies are most of time we feel that external remedies will work. So as an astrologer, people give them some puja or some kind of stuff to perform. But in healing, the person has to do nothing except their own clearing. Because sometimes having a huge amount of years of experience, sometimes knowingly or unknowingly we do certain actions, or we knowingly or unknowingly we do some few things which we think that it is right in that particular moment, and we take certain decisions which sometimes is not good for certain team members, or which is not right for some people. But and unconsciously we accumulate those as a karmic patterns, or as a negative karma in our life. That needs to be those patterns or those blockages we release during this healing session, and through this the client gets the result. So when I was working with this particular director, so this is what I worked with him. And there were many other things in his life. For example, he was also going through some relationship issues uh, um in his career, that he was good with his team members, but there was some kind of a biased behavior patterns he used to face from his bosses or from his superiors. Then there was one more person. He was working at a he is working at a VP a level, and he has been there for the last 7 to 8 years, and he has almost 20 plus years of overall experience. And this professional, when he came to me, he said that, Preeti, I am doing everything so good, but I being at a very higher level, I do not have enough confidence to communicate my thing properly to my bosses or to my subordinates, to my team members. And because of this, he is facing several challenge in his work. So he has to most of the time keep his mouth shut during important discussions or important decisions and all. And somehow the environment of the company was as such that nobody took him out of that particular position. He continued to work at that level for several years, but because of this pattern, he was unable to grow further in his career, further in his life, or he was also unable to speak confidently in meetings and many other situations. So when we did the healing, when we did the tapping, when we did the Reiki and Ho'Oponopono, he saw that. So after that, basically, he actually got another opportunity in different company, and there everything was so favorable for him that he never felt that he is working. He actually felt that his life has been transformed. So I have many such reasons to talk about, and there are many professionals who have benefited because of the healing. So if you are some so I want to just give you a small technique, that whenever you are facing any kind of challenges, first of all understand that what kind of emotions are you actually going through, what are the thoughts that you're going through every day at your workplace, or maybe in your life. Because the professional who was working at a director level, all of a sudden one day his company said that they don't need him anymore, they have to terminate his services. But it was not a one day result. There must be something going on for quite some time, which he might not be aware of. Or there must be something, but he could not understand it, because he has spent already several years in that company, and he could not get that thing. So whenever any such thing you face in your organization or in your career, first of all understand that 1 month ago or 2 months ago, since these durations, what kind of emotions have you been going through, what kind of beliefs have you developed, or what are your patterns in your daily work. After that, when you notice that what kind of thoughts, beliefs, actions and everything you have been taking, then you can identify that this is because of this, you are actually facing these problems. Now let us say there was a loss in your career in any way, and now you don't know what to do. So you can chant Ho'Oponopono every day, multiple times, as many times as you can, and during that time just be grateful to the organization, just be grateful to the company, just be grateful to the previous bosses you have worked with and all. Because it is very necessary that as a professional, or as anybody, as any individual, you have to show your gratitude every day. If you're not grateful for anything that nature will take away everything that you have given. So so first of all, identify your emotions. Second thing is that be show your gratitude. Be grateful for the reasons you have in your life to be thankful about. Number three, start chanting Ho'Oponopono as many times as possible. There are four phrases anybody can remember easily. I am sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. Chant as many times as possible because this is a clearing technique. It removes all the unnecessary blockages that you have in your career, or maybe anywhere in your life. And after that, there are 14 meridian points in our body that needs to be tapped upon. For example, the first one is the chopping point. So here, take four fingers, tip of the fingers, and start tapping, and you will see that some kind of relaxation relief your feeling. Now the number two is middle of your eyebrow. So you have to start tapping. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then we have five points on our fingers. So where the skin and the nails match, those are the areas which you need to tap. So these are the total 14 meridian points. So if you are facing any kind of challenge in your career, profession, or anything, you can use these as your daily uh, routine. You can have this in your daily routine, and you will see how your life has started to change, and you will see the results within a week or 10 days or maximum 2 weeks of time, depending on since how long the problem is was there, and what is the intensity of the problem. And to know, so there are certain frameworks that we follow when we do the healing, and it is always a month duration healing with a certain amount of fee. So there are certain frameworks that we use so that the person can understand it, and it is so calculative. It is basically metrics based, through which anybody can understand why the problem is happening, and they can actually find out a proper reason and proper solution towards that. But at the basic level, what I said some time ago, that do the Ho'Oponopono tapping and the gratitude for, and identify your emotions, you can do that. But if you want to solve your problems related to anything in your life, you can always contact me, because I work with the clients in a very detailed way, and I provide the frameworks as well, through which you don't solve only that particular problem, but even in the future, if you have any other type of problem, you have uh, the understanding, you will have the capacity, and you will have the technique basically through which you can actually apply in your future, and you can solve all your problems. So that's all in this video for today, and I'll see you again in the next video, maybe with some new topic, a new solution for any problem. And if you want me to do a video on a specific topic, I would want you to comment in the message me in the comment box. And in my YouTube page, I have my a WhatsApp community, which community link which you can join. I have my Instagram link. I have my LinkedIn link where you can always connect with me and chat with me. And I have my number as well, so that you can contact me for anything. So that's all for now. My name is Preeti Singh. I am a globally certified life coach, relationship coach, healer, and an astrologer. Thank you so much. Have a blessed time.